So station number 5 is obviously the rower. And again, same with the ski erg, it's being efficient and it's making sure that you're generating the power and then maximizing your time on the way back to make sure you can get full leverage in the power rather than going really, really quick, blowing your heart rate up. And the station number 5, the rower, is a station where you can really try and bring your heart rate down. So from the runs, from the previous stations, the first 4 stations are probably the toughest of Hyrox. So you've just gone through the hardest part of the race, in my personal opinion, and your heart rate is probably at a really, really high level at the minute. So the idea of the rower is not to try and be a hero, not to try and get the quickest rowing time, because that's only going to affect the rest of your race. The idea is to be efficient, is to be effective, and is to make sure that you can actually bring your heart rate down a little bit to make sure that you can go and absolutely give 100% and a full send for that final bit of the race, okay? The splits that I would use is obviously in a solos race, you're doing it all yourself, no matter what. But again, that's where you need to be more effective and more efficient with your energy. But in a doubles race, it depends on who you're racing with. For the stronger runner, what I would probably do is the stronger runner goes at the start and at the end, and let the person in the middle, so personally, how I've broke it up is the stronger runner does 250 to 300 at the start and maybe 200 at the end, okay? And the weaker runner does the middle block of 500, because what that will allow is that the weaker runner comes in, they get probably a minute and a half rest when they first come in to get themselves over the run. So that previous run, they know they're getting that rest. So they can give a little bit more in the run and they can rest when they get to the rower. Then they go and do their bit of rowing, maybe 400 or 500 meters in the middle, and then the stronger runner finishes off and then they're out running. But what that allows that person who's a weaker runner to do is get their block of rowing done and have a rest before it to recover from the run, and after it to recover for the next run, whilst the stronger runner does the start and the end, okay? Or you can break it up into 250, 250 twice over, but all you've got to understand is with the rower, the transitions on and off are probably the most time costly in the whole race. So you've got to unclip your feet, you've got to jump in, jump out, the next person's got to jump in. You're looking at 4 to 5 seconds transition every single time you change over. So the lower amount of changeovers, the better, and the better time you'll get. So I would always try and break it up into 3 blocks if you can, as a doubles. As a solos, you've got to do it all yourself and you just need to be more efficient and more effective. So let me jump on and show you. So how you need to be, what you need to firstly think about is your seating position. Don't sit too far forward. All you're going to do is have a bad back. Position yourself when you get your feet in, and remember, when you get to the rower, clip your feet in and don't lose your head, because these might be already really tight. You might have to adjust them. Try not to lose your head on this station, because a lot of the time you can, and obviously that's just going to jack your heart rate, okay? So make sure you set the damper setting to where you want it to be. So I'm going to go with a 6. That's where I always go with, and remember, it's not about being a hero, it's about being effective and efficient. So get your feet strapped in, and what I always tend to do in a Hyrox race is I leave the straps slightly loose. Not loose where I'm flapping about too much, but easy where I can just tap my feet out and go for the transitions. If I'm in a singles race, I'll tighten them up. But if I'm in a doubles race where there's going to be some changeovers, I'll leave them slightly loose, just so I can push forward, get my feet out, and then change over with my partner, okay? So the idea is as soon as your feet are in, start turning that wheel, okay? So you want to think of it as 11 and 1. So you want to come back to 1 o'clock on the timer, and then arms forward, bend your back, and then back in. So nice long pulls, okay? Nice and efficient. And then back down, okay? And that allows you to catch that flywheel before it stops. And again, this is where the damper comes in handy. So you want body, arms first, then your upper body, then your legs. The power comes from your body. So push through your heels, generate the power. 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You don't want to reach right forward. It's not going to get any more power. Reaching right forward and doing loads of quick pulls like that is just going to get your heart rate up, okay? So you want to be more efficient, more effective. So you want to be upright, big, powerful drive. 1 o'clock on the timer, arms go forward, 11 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And keep that momentum and the flywheel will continue to turn. And as you can see, I've been talking the whole way through this whilst maintaining a 1:45 pace on the rower. So that shows you, you don't need to be going really quick. Be effective, reserve your energy, bring your heart rate down, and remember, this is the station where you get to sit down, you get to have a little think about where you're at, where your energy levels are at, ready to go and smash it for the final part of this race.